Hi everyone and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I'm Giselle and this is 50 Shades of Cringe with Giselle. So if you are an incoming freshman, especially an international student, this video is gonna be a lifesaver because in today's video, I'm gonna talk about everything I wish I knew before coming to Purdue. I wish someone would tell me this, but as someone who has the worst immune system ever, I wish someone told me about the healthcare at Purdue. But anyways, I'm gonna save you some time and do you a favor by telling you about that. So we have a student healthcare here and it's called PUSH, which stands for Purdue University Student Health. As an international student, you are required to purchase an insurance by default. I wish I could find an alternative to that, but I haven't. But if you do, please help other international students out. The thing about Purdue insurance is we pay $2,000 a year for that insurance, but that insurance is just trash. When I say trash, it is trash because let's say I want an appointment today with the PUSH department, I am just not gonna get an appointment, and that's how Purdue PUSH sucks. The goal for this topic is you try your level best to never reach that point that you really need to use PUSH or you need external healthcare. Just try your level best to stay as healthy as possible at your time here at Purdue. Anyways, so a little bit story time. There was this one time I was actively bleeding, and when I say actively bleeding, like blood dripping off my hand. I go to PUSH because I'm like, I am paying insurance and I'm gonna make my money count. So I go there and I'm like, hey, can I just meet with a doctor because I'm actively bleeding and I cannot stop this, and I'm losing blood, by the way, so help me here. The ladies at the reception, they're taking all my information, filling out all the details and doing that kind of stuff that they need to do. And then one of them has the audacity to ask me, are you actively bleeding? Excuse me? Are we seeing the same thing? Like, you can literally see blood dripping off, falling to the ground, and you're asking me, are you actively bleeding? Like, you gotta be kidding me. Who hired you for this position? I was so pissed then because I could not get an appointment with PUSH. They told me to go to urgent care. And when I go to urgent care, let me tell you, these people only want to eat your money. So the insurance that you're paying for, if you go to an external provider, which is like urgent care or like a hospital in Lafayette or wherever, insurance will only cover 30% of your bill while you are paying 70%. I am paying $2,000 a year for that insurance. For what? So please, if you can, when you go home or before coming here, like now that you know about it, just get all your medicines, like whatever first aid kit and everything that you need from home, bring it here. Or if you're rich, ask your parents to FedEx you stuff. Please, 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 for the love of God, just don't ever get in a position where you have to use Purdue PUSH or an external provider. Next thing, the dining courts. Now, as a student at Purdue, classes are hard and you want your brain and your mind to be fueled, right? When you sign up for BGR and BGRI, which is like Boiler Gold Rush International and just Boiler Gold Rush, don't be scammed by the food served in 5 of those dining courts. I like to describe the dining court situation as honeymoon phase ends really quick. And that's how it is. Because for those 7 days of that program, every single dining court is gonna serve you the best of best food that they could offer, okay? And then going into week 2 through week 16 of your semester, all you're gonna get is breaded chicken breasts, chicken tenders, or pork pot stickers. Those things. That pork pot sticker is what pisses me off because this is my fourth year here at Purdue. I've been here for fall, I've been here for the spring semester, I've also been here for the summer. And every single day of this year, every single dining court will serve you pork pot stickers. How do you have so much money for that? And let me tell you, it's frozen, by the way. You make me pay so much money for my meal plan just to serve me the most, I don't even know what's the right word, how to describe it in the right way. Like, they're not even healthy. okay? You're just messing up with my health at that point and just giving me bad food, okay? So one thing to consider when getting your meal plan, please, in your first week of BGRI that you're here, make the wisest decision possible to switch your meal plan. So when I was a freshman, I signed up for the 21 meal plan. I know that's the biggest mistake of my life, but it's not entirely my fault because I come from a brown family, and you know how brown parents can be. I get the concern that they want me to be safe, healthy, and sound, and while that is all true, whoever's watching this, if brown parents are watching this, please don't make that mistake with your kids, because the 21 meal plan is like maybe $5,500, but your kids don't actually get proper food. So why are you paying that much money when you can actually give your kid that amount and they could probably go to the grocery, buy some healthy food and cook healthy food, you know? So don't do that. What I'm doing this year is I'm on a 10 meal plan, because that meal plan has the highest dining dollars. So for 5 days in that week, I just use my meal swipes at the dining court, and then for the 2 days, which is like Saturday, Sunday, I could use my dining dollars. As a freshman, my 21 meal plan kind of benefited me because at that time we had retail dining options like Qdoba, Chick-fil-A, or Sushi Boss. Yeah, Sushi Boss, that I could use my meal swipes at. But starting last year, actually, Purdue kind of took that option away. So you can no longer use your meal swipes in these retail dining places. The only thing that's accepted at retail dining is what is it? Oh my gosh. Dining dollars, yes, my brain just farted. You can only use your dining dollars at these retail dining places. So that's why I made the wise choice of going with the option of the 10 meal plan, just because I can use my dining dollars wisely. And for the most part, when I'm using my meal swipes, I just use it for lunch. And for lunch, it's like just a salad, you know? The good part is the old Meredith has Sushi Boss, where you could use your meal swipes at. So that's the only retail dining option where you can use your meal swipe at. So be wise and make that decision. Next, the bus system lies. They tell you that buses come every 10 minutes. What's the translation? Every 10 minutes in theory. But the reality, when it is negative 15 degrees Celsius, you will be waiting for 30 minutes straight for a bus to just pass by you, only to tell you that the bus is packed. Next trip. You're just wasting time first. Second, you're not gonna make it on time for class. So might as well just walk your way through, because you're burning calories at the end of the day. So I hate to break this one to you guys, but I really want to do it because it's gonna save you a ton of money. And that is Indiana weather, or West Lafayette weather in particular, will break you. And what I mean by break you is it's sunny and 70 Fahrenheit in the morning, and 2 hours later there's a snowstorm out of nowhere. Sometimes it's like sunny in the morning, and 5 minutes after, it's just pouring cats and dogs. You do not even know where the clouds came from. That's just how the weather is. Which is why I think it's really apt to say that West Lafayette is bipolar, and you will be the unpaid test subject to that. I'm not even kidding. So I don't want to be that party pooper, or like, you know what, when you want to watch a movie and your friends have already watched it, you don't want them to give you spoilers. And I know that this is kind of like a spoiler. I am sorry, I apologize, but I just want to give you the real experience, you know? So a pro tip coming from me would be invest in good quality winter gear, like really good set of thermals, really good winter boots, and a good winter coat is also a must, I would say. I know that there are some people who want to act all tough and be like, I am gonna walk to my classes in sneakers. You don't want to be that person, honey. You really don't want to be that person. And why? Because the snow is really bad here. If I see someone walking in sneakers in that snow and I see you trip and fall, I will laugh at you because you did not listen to me. I have seen so many people wear sneakers to classes and trip and fall just because of how slippery the snow makes the floor. So please take it from me and get some really good winter boots. It's so important to check the weather the night before so that you plan your day and you kind of, seasonal depression is a thing, by the way. I always used to think, oh, what is seasonal depression? What are these people talking about? But no, it's a real thing because it's all sunny and like fine, your mood is fine, you're like laughing, the bees are buzzing, the birds are chirping, whatever, you are also in a very good mood. But winter gets pretty dull, pretty depressing, pretty cloudy, which is why plan your day the night before, especially during the winters, so you know what to look forward to. You know, plan your outfit so that seasonal depression doesn't affect you, because you're wearing an outfit that looks good, that makes you look good, and now you're all confident and you can just be like, I am enjoying. Purdue engineering will have you crying at 2 a.m. probably in Hicks or under the bell tower, questioning your existence. Because guys, whether you're an engineering student or just any student except a business student, classes are like really, really, really hard. No offense to business students, by the way. I just think you can just ChatGPT everything and that's like the easiest major ever. But don't hate me for that. Anyways, it's really important to choose wisely when it comes to your professors, because some professors can change your life, while some are just not gonna give two shits about you. They're just gonna be like, you're paying that money, make that money count. And while it is true, I just think professors are mainly here to help you out and figure out what you really wanna do with your career. Which is why we have something called Rate My Professor, and I will link that in my description. It has ratings of students who have taken class with that professor, and they will also give a feedback on how that professor is, how his exams are, how he grades the exams and stuff like that. And that is going to be a lifesaver in your college life, because if you are an engineering student in particular, your GPA is gonna tank like crazy. Unless you're that exceptionally intelligent student who doesn't have a social life and you're just studying all day and night. I know people who do that, okay? And still some of them, even though they only study, they still manage to pass classes with a C- or a B+. So that's how hard it is. And I'm not someone who studies every single day. I study probably 2 hours a day. That's about it. 2 hours in itself is a lot for me. But anyways, choose your professors wisely, because it really has an impact on your GPA too. So, quick story time. I'm really bad at coding with Python or whatever in general, and that's not my forte, you know? I wouldn't even say forte, like, guys, I don't know anything about coding. So there was this class, and there is this class that every engineer has to take at Purdue, and that's like the CS 159. I think there is an alternative to that, but depending on what engineering major you want to go into, CS 159 is compulsory. I had to take that class, and it is, I think, a C class. Now, I don't know Python, I don't know MATLAB. What would I know about C? In school, I just learned the difference between software and hardware. That's the max I know about computers. But this class was crazy. I want to be honest, I was like the worst teammate because I had zero knowledge about coding. I'm repeating it because that's how important it is. And then I had this really nice professor. I forgot his name. How can I forget him? He changed my life that semester. I was taking 21 credits that semester because I wanted to T2M into Aero. And I'll talk more about that, by the way. But how can I forget his name? Wait, let me actually look him up real quick. He is like the best professor ever. If you ever get a chance to take a class with him, I would say, please, please, please take a class with him. Come on, God, help me find him. He has to be, how could I not even know his last name? I know it starts with an R, or like his last name starts with an R at least. Did he quit Purdue? Yes, his name is Professor Reese. Professor, if you're watching this, I'm your fan because you saved my life that semester. Anyways, Professor Reese is like the OG goat for CS 159. I would go to his office hours whenever he had them, like literally take up that entire time, because I think others were pretty smart, but I used to be his regular customer, regular student. So he was really patient with me. At some point, I feel like he would have just been like, oh, why did I get this student? But anyways, he helped me a lot with my homework, understanding the concepts for the exams and stuff. My first exam, I got a 35 out of 100. And then I'm like, okay, this is bad. On my second exam, I get a 55, which is like an improvement, right? But I need to pass the class because the grades that I have right now are sitting at F. I'm failing. And you know, pass in that class is a C minus. I grind, I'm so stressed, and I go to my professor and I'm like, Professor, what do? I really need to pass this class. I go to his office hours every single day till the finals. And then final exam comes, we're in Elliott, I am so stressed. Literally that anxiety is in me because that's my last shot. I still exactly remember how this went. I was sitting there and my professor is just like, take a deep breath. You're just gonna be fine. You've worked so hard and I have seen your hard work all the semester and you're gonna do exceptionally well. And I was like, I loved that motivation right before the exam because I needed that. I was anxious, and when I get anxiety, sometimes my anxiety literally takes me to panic attacks, and I'm so glad that I did not have a panic attack then. But exam gets over and I think it was the worst exam of my life. I had no hopes of passing that class, and I talked to my friend Aishwarya and I'm like, you know, I'm crying because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna pass this class. And I have never ever failed a class in my life, which is why for me failing was something I was scared of, because I'm like, how am I gonna talk to my parents about it? What am I gonna do? And the results come out and I get 115 out of 120 on my finals. That has to be, oh my God, I don't know. That was a turning point in my life. First, because God really saw the efforts I put into that class. I am a below average student for CS. I was at the Purdue Memorial Union with my friend, the same friend I was crying with. I look at my grades and I'm like, I was waiting for the grades, and when I opened Brightspace, I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I texted my parents, I passed this class. I literally clutched for that final exam. And I was so glad. I low-key passed with the C+ in that class. It was all about C+, and I got that C+ on that class. So I'm so grateful for my professor because he had a lot of patience with me. He helped me so much. And why I say choose your professors wisely is also because when you see that a professor just doesn't want to help you out, it kind of demotivates you and you already hate the class. You are already a below average student. The last thing you want is a professor who is not interested in helping you be successful in that class. And which is why I'm so glad, Professor Reese, you helped me get that C+, and I will never ever forget that because you did not let me fail. So thank you for that. I hope this motivates you to choose your professor wisely. A good thing about Purdue is you get to experience every class during your first week, so with different professors. So that kind of gives you a feel for the professor you want to go with. I would highly recommend during your first week of your semester, ask your friends like, hey, which class you are in, what time is it, go sit with them, go to the professor, go to their office hours and talk to them, just get to know them, and that will really, really save your GPA from tanking. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope I've covered everything. If not, I'll probably do a part 2, but I think I probably did cover everything that I wanted to say. If not, just let me know in the comments below what you want to see next, because I'm just kind of building content that I think would benefit you guys, or something that I wanted to see when I was looking out for universities and weighing my options. Anyways, jokes aside, Purdue will be the best years of your life and also the craziest. You will laugh, you will cry, and you will definitely eat a lot of chicken tenders. But when you eat chicken tenders, you're definitely gonna think of me for sure, because you're gonna be like, oh, I watched this video on YouTube where this girl told me about it. So anyways, boiler up, and I hope the odds will be in your favor. Let me know what you want to see next. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and turn on the notifications. I'll see you in the next. Bye.